course of fate's meridian is broken, when an inflection point arrives, those who see the true shape of the system might step forward to defy all forces of opposition, to inscribe their own names into the cosmic record, and decide for themselves the course of things to come.
Hold that.
The Aegis of Champions.
Oh, hold that.
It shines like a beacon, daring us to meet the magnitude of the moment, to join a constellation
哎，
of
ဘာကြီးလဲဘာကြီးလဲ
greatness,
တေချာမတွေးလိုက်
to reach for a horizon
DI မှာ train လိုက်
beyond
ဟာ
which only
ဟုတ်တယ်
dreams can
တီး
see.
သွားရင်ဗာလဲဟိုဘူးတွေလေ player ဘူးတွေကဘယ်လိုမျိုးလဲမသိဘူး
It bears the record, reminding us of the battles we all hold sacred, the triumphs we still celebrate, the legends we will forever revere. It summons the world's finest contenders, allowing us, empowering us to honor the giants of the past, to realize the magic of the present, to witness the origins of the epic stories of tomorrow. Now we gather at the final proving ground, where the path to victory is ever-changing. But the cheers of the arena will always guide the way. Will always guide the way. The aegis of champions arrive in Hamburg, Germany. The aegis of champions arrive in Hamburg, Germany.
有日感要拔了，这有日感要拔了，这拿了一把刀，有日感要拔了，这拿了一把刀，有日感要拔了，这拿了一把刀。
Team Falcons!
เรียงไว้ดีอย่างมาก
Team Falcons! BB Team! BB Team! Nigma Galaxy! Tundra Esports. Tundra Esports. Xtreme Gaming. Xtreme Gaming.
Hi, I'm Gabe Newell. 14 years ago, we held the first international in Cologne, Germany. For me, that first international was awesome. It was awesome to see the skill of the players and the enthusiasm of the community. Before that first international, I really enjoyed the game. But after the international, I loved the game. It's not just the game I love, but the community. Sure, people talk shit at me and shit.
No, hello,
and
hello,
about
Cha
once
Cha.
a week, people say, "Hey, noob, uninstall the game." But that's really about their enthusiasm
No,
for
hello,
the game
hello,
and
Cha
the
Cha.
energy that they bring. And that's why, after all these years, I still play Dota every day. Now we're back in Germany once more to cheer and celebrate again. Oman, wir das ein Spaß. To all the Dota fans who've been with us from day one, to those of you who've joined, wir das ein Spaß. To all the Dota fans who've been with us from day one, to those of you who've joined, wir das ein Spaß. To all the Dota fans.
The International started here in Germany in 2011, and in the past 14 years, we have witnessed some of the most iconic moments in esports, and along the way, inscribed 55 different names onto this Aegis. And no matter who wins here, I can guarantee that at least 3 new names are going to be added to the list.
Absolutely so, no. I mean, nobody could have predicted the teams here today. Literally, none of you guys predicted it. Scientifically proven. Not a single one of you bastards, but anyway, it should be one hell of a TI. We're talking 60-minute games, almost every game. We're going to game 3 all the time. Ladies and gentlemen, this is shaping up to be one of the greatest TIs of all time, baby!
Nice.
And there was only one thing missing on that road, and that is you. So crowd, Barclays Arena, are you ready? Then let's get the International 14 underway.
The biggest question is my panel ready? Are the viewers at home also ready for what's about to unfold? Because now it's official. Nothing like an opening ceremony, a message from Gabe himself to really get the emotions running and the pressure on Winter.
Yeah, I mean, the players are just going to feel a lot of the heat, but at the same time, we always tell the players, just play the game, don't think about everything else. You have to block out everything and just focus on your duties in the game.
I think you could see it on a lot of their faces, honestly. Like, look at
Really?
Sumail. Sumail was locked in, dude. There's a crowd of 5,000 people here. He was not looking anywhere. He was in the zone.
He was like envisioning
And
the Dota game in front of him.
And they went crazy for Nigma Galaxy.
Enigma Galaxy and Xtreme Gaming. But I also liked the way Ame looked. He was fully focused. Like, I don't think he was just seeing that Aegis, fully focused on it. He wants to lift it.
Yeah, I feel like he definitely has to be one of the more locked-in players, right? Because even though all 8 teams are playing today, he's up first, right?
I mean, he definitely knows a thing or two going to the last day, you know. So he is definitely going to want to change the story this time.
Yeah, and I'm sure that's also why he, was locked in the way that he was. The rest of his team as well, though, also standing up there with him, Jin-Q. You can't look past Jin-Q and how cute he looked up there.
You can't. The whole team is so important. But we will talk about Ame because so much of the game is through him. I think there's an understanding of the meta that this team has other teams in the break needed to look at to see what they're doing. In this meta, you have a lot of heroes that you just can't commit to a fight. Silencer, there's Dawnbreaker, there's Dazzle, there's all of these heroes where it's like you jump in and they get saved, right? The way that XG takes team fights is they have that vision advantage we talked about with the X-Nova dewarding, and then boom, Ame jumps in on one of these big burst heroes, kills one hero, and then they back off. They play as a complete unit, but in order to do that, in order for them to do those back off plays, he has to be these burst heroes, and I wouldn't be surprised to see other carry players adopting the Ame heroes into their pool.
The toughest thing is you're saying the players they've had this time, they should have gone back and looked at what Xtreme Gaming were doing. But the thing is they played the least amount of series and one of the least amount of games as well, Lacoste. So where are you even beginning to look at how to break down such a dominant team?
You need to shut down Ame. In all 10 games that they did play, they last pick his hero. So this is their win condition. And one of the reasons why Jenkins was talking about that Ame has this explosive game, he's playing these explosive heroes that can go in, can shut down pretty much anyone, the burst, because we're seeing a lot of these longer fights, we're seeing a lot of these longer games as well. Xtreme Gaming is a team that is a bit slower on the side, like they have 3 games over 60 minutes. They did play that 78-minute game against Falcons, which they did win. They did win all 3 of those games. So a bit of a slower team compared to Tundra, who is a bit of a faster team.
I think they're slow because they pick and choose their fights really well. And they always have like multiple ways to win a team fight. It's not just like one condition. It's they give themselves enough conditions that if they get the vision, if they see an opening, that they can actually take it. But that requires like an insane amount of synergy between the players on the team
ง่ายไหม
and
แน่
trust.
ตามตลอด
I mean, on
ตัว
top of
ให้
that,
เรา
I
ใหม่
don't really feel like it's just
ดี
them
จัง
being slow. I think the meta is slower as well. So it's not like they're intentionally trying to play slow.
Yeah.
Like the game just feels more natural when you're
ไอ้
being
จี
more
จะป่วย
patient,
ไหน
taking
ไอ้จีจะป่วย
objectives.
ไหน
And you have team fight. You don't really worry so much about, oh, if I lose the lane, I don't have anywhere to go on the map because the map is just so big right now.
I think the map is big, and also let's just like once again, there's a lot of elephants in this
in the
room that
room,
we need
yeah.
to talk about. When there's like 2 Dominator creeps running around cutting creep waves, like yeah, it takes a while to push towers. There's no creeps taking the backdoor protection off. You have to kill the creep first, then get a creep wave to the tower, then push the tower. This is a 3-step process. It's not exactly easy.
I mean, it kind of incentivizes heroes that can kill off the creeps, right? You've been saying to me that
Yes.
that's why Nature's Prophet's good, because you can kind of TP in from anywhere and you can kill the creep, deal with the problem without moving too many heroes to one side of the map.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, you TP globally, like you also mentioned it, that the heroes that can actually kill the creep are carries, and you don't want your carry wasting a
Time.
very long cooldown TP scroll to go somewhere and kill the creep. So a hero like Nature's Prophet that can just do it for free on a 20-second cooldown, like that's great. And by the way, the creep can't get a Quelling Blade. It can't get out of Sprout, so that's really nice. Another reason that Nature's Prophet is overpowered. There's not enough of those in today's day and age.
Well, look, who really knows, right? Sometimes we think something is overpowered, we let it through, we don't actually see the result we expect. And something we can expect, though, is for our series to start very soon. We've already seen our teams out on stage, but now we want to welcome them to the stage. We want to bring them out, put them in those booths. And of course, we're going to start with our very first team, Xtreme Gaming.
We're back. Xtreme Gaming! And we're back.
Our only undefeated team coming out of the road to the international playoffs. 4-0 series wins here. The uncrowned king leading his team to the booth. One of the longest game lengths we've seen at a TI as well. Will they change? Was the 4-day break in their favor or against it? The biggest questions are still up for grabs. And the biggest thing that I really want to know is their opponent also ready to take the stage?
Choose wisely and crush those responsible. Tundra Esports. Choose wisely and crush those responsible.
From being moments away of elimination just a couple of days ago, it brings the question, what has changed for them? A massive stand-in for themselves in their position 5, with Kobe now joining this squad, and the sole potential 3-time TI winner there in 33. There's a lot of pressure. There's a lot these players are having to live up to, and so I have to ask my panel here just exactly where we can put our expectations and our predictions for Extreme Gaming up against Tundra.
This one is not easy. I feel like Extreme Gaming has showed that they played the best Dota so far this year, but also Tundra, they should not be underestimated. Even though they don't have, you did say that he is the best 5 in the world. Whitemon is not here, but he filled the shoes really well. Toby's playing really good Dota, and you have 33, one of the greatest, if not the greatest mind of Dota that we ever had, because this guy is going to try to break the game. We saw it during TI 2022 when they won it with Tundra, the rate back. Now we're seeing the same thing with potentially this Helm of the Dominator strat that they've been running very successfully with this BZM Invoker that they did win every single game. He builds into Helm, he builds into Drum's Alacrity, then you have another Helm from the offlane, plus potentially a Pipe, and they know how to close out the games quickly.
If there's any player that I really trust when it comes to like breaking down
it's this guy.
his own team and like how strong they are in the current meta, it's 33. You know, he has said that they in the past few patches they've kind of struggled to find an identity. And they didn't perform as well as what we just saw on the screen there in their hugely dominant first year. But in this tournament, it looks like they have found an identity. They're picking SK again. They're picking Earthshaker mid. I feel like this team is really successful when they have scaling heroes, when they're able to pick scaling heroes on all of their cores. And it's because they're a bunch of specialty players, right? You have the BZM Invoker that we just talked about. They've got Crystallis on all of his level 30 Dota plus carries. Like, if they can play a meta where all of the roles can scale, then they can pick the best hero in the best position and then give that to the scaling player and then win the game through that way. So I think the meta really favors Tundra right now. I think they know it as well.
Yeah, and if you're comparing the matchups, like XG is a little bit slower than Tundra. I think Tundra is really good at hitting specific timings with their heroes. And using the Helm of Dominator, I think they are probably going to be able to try to stop the game from going too long, where it enters Extreme Gaming's territory. And I think they have a really, really good shot here at doing that in the current meta.
Hello.
In how everything is really revolving around the Helm of Dom and the auras right now.
Yeah, I think another strength for them as well as we talk about, you know, the fact that Toby's standing in, they just kind of have to find that flow for themselves. It's a little bit of a change up, but this is technically the 5th new player they've had on their roster since last TI, right? There's been a lot of changes, a lot of iterations, and I think a lot of the time that actually favors Tundra quite a lot. It keeps a lot of things fresh for them. I think it's a lot of effort and a lot of stress though on their coach Moon, where we haven't really turned eyes to yet.
Yeah, I totally agree. Like, I remember when Duraccio was playing with Tundra, and my first thought was like, how is this going to work? Duraccio's crazy, man. That kid is nuts. Playing with 33, one of the most calm, cool, collected guys. And then seeing them together, it's like the jokes that 33 was making